Hello, hello, it's Houston Snow, and today we're at Dinosaur Valley State Park near Glen Rose, Texas. We're going to be hiking the Black-Capped Vireo Trail via Limestone Ledge Trail. The trail is approximately 4.3 miles long with 403 feet of elevation. They estimate about 1 to 2 hours. I'm thinking more probably 2 to 3 today. The weather has a high of 94 degrees and a low of 59. Right now it's 65, and I expect to sweat quite a bit on the trail today. Alright, so we're going to take a quick look at the map that they have here. We are here. I'm trying not to get my shadow in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to cross the water. We're going to go around. Then we're going to get to the Black-Capped Vireo Trail here. We're going to go up and around. And then we're going to get back to the Overlook Trail. And then we'll hike back to our car. This hike starts with such a beautiful view. Holy moly. But it is about 8 o'clock, 65 degrees. I know this is going to be a warmer hike, similar to what we did last week, potentially even warmer. So instead of just bringing 2 liters of water, I brought 3. Kind of surprised. The entrance to this place looked really interesting. I would love to come back again and check out some of the other sites. The Dinosaur World. They had some pavilions. They have RV parking and camping, overnight hikes. It's $7 a day for just day use, and so far it seems worth it. I mean, you don't have to go very far to see really neat sights here. Limestone Ledge, here we come. It's cool how you can see large open field like this right next to these really woodsy, which will come in handy. Alright, Limestone Ledge, the overlook. So we're gonna go over this way. I believe we take a right and it gets to the loop. If we meet a little diversion up here, we'll go left though. At least that's what the all trails looks like. Oh, well, yep, there it is. There's the left. Unsafe trail, closed to all visitors. You can already kind of feel it warming up. It's been about 30 minutes out here. Oh, that must be the end of the closed loop. Oh yeah. That's where we walked in at over there. Well, you know, depending on how warm it gets, I may just end up getting in there and taking a quick little dip. Half a mile. check the all trails just to make sure we're on trail. We're gonna stay on the limestone ledge trail. Then we're gonna come back on the overlook trail. So on the way back, we should be getting some better views. On the lower one, on the higher one. Let's see what kind of views we got over here on the higher one. Okay, well, it looks like we just continue on this, and up here we will have to take a left. So it's not quite yet, but good enough. Go ahead and check out this overlook, might as well. Cool. Oh wow. This is where we veer off. Vireo Trail. Still looks like some of these trees are trying to blossom. It's almost April, late March. Oh yeah. There come some of those verticals. .69 miles with like 100 feet of elevation gain. So it's getting warmer. Probably around 80 or so right now. Since we finally have some flat ground to walk on, we can talk about the next principle of the Dad Bod Nomads. Episode 4, we talked about the continuity of progress and how you don't start out as the master, you gotta start somewhere. Then we talked about in episode 5, grit through integrity, how you develop your strength of character through doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. And then today's is growth through adversity. So to us, growth through adversity means choosing to improve in spite of the hardships that are around you. Now, adversity, you know the quote that says, some people are born great, others have greatness thrust upon them. I think that can apply for adversity as well. Some people were born into adversity. Some people choose to have adversity thrust upon them, for better or for worse. I've seen some people who have a pretty good life ruin it by thrusting themselves into adversity. I've seen pretty bad people have a great life after overcoming their adversity. Distinguishing factor is how you choose to attack it, and how you choose to use it either to your advantage or your detriment. And if it's an outside force, sometimes you can't change what's happening around you. But you can always change how you interact with it. My nose is a little clogged, but that cedar smells so good. I used to do a little carpentry with my dad between high school and college, and I think cedar is the best smelling wood. You cut that, it's gonna be smelling pretty good in there. We're leaving the bench. We got about 37% battery on our camera here, which is good. I got one more. We're about halfway through. It's about 51 minutes since we started. I think I'm gonna put on some tunes. Put on some music in this bad boy. I do like having these pockets. Pretty clutch. So I don't have to go in my backpack all the time, stop, get everything out if I got something. Just like my phone. Yeah, this trail's $7 for a day use, at least at the entire park. Let's see, if I were to stack this one against the Grapevine Twin Coves trail that we did on episode 3, I think this one would beat it, honestly, because there's actual attractions you can do on top of the trails. So you could go to Dinosaur World, then you could do this, stay in the RV park. Yep. Unfortunately, Texas has pretty short hiking windows, in my opinion. I mean, you could hike in the summer, but it's just not going to be enjoyable. At least if you expect to go weekly, you know what I mean? So, I have one more trip for y'all next week in our regular scheduling. We got Palo Pinto. Should be really exciting. The first new state park for Texas in over 25 years. I've heard it's really nice. I would say in Texas, there are two main hiking seasons. I would put it at February, some mid to late February, to maybe beginning of April. Once you get to April, May, June, July, it's going to be really hot. It's going to be probably too hot to enjoy. But then once you get into September, October, November, it'll start to cool back down to these nicer temperatures like 70s, 80s. And that's where you can have a lot more fun. I really do enjoy hiking, but adversity isn't fun if you just keep plunging yourself into it. And don't just keep hitting your head against the wall because you want a strong noggin. You know what I mean? Give yourself a break. maybe go try something else, some other exercise or somewhat, and then come back to it. I do believe there is too much of a good thing. But yeah, Palo Pinto this next week. And then after that, I will be setting up probably a couple more hikes with the boys spread out before our Colorado trip. So it's not the end, but we can't be doing every week after next week. It'll probably be, I would say, once, twice a month. We'll still go, keep our fitness up. But I think now that we've kind of developed it to a stage, now it's more of a maintenance. Alright, let's see where we're at. 3.4 miles. I would say this may even be like 6 miles long. We're already at 4 miles almost. 3.5 miles. Is that the new trail? This is probably that weird funk before it goes back to being straight. Yep. We're at 1 hour, 17 minutes. 3.6 miles into the hike. I guess it's probably about time we do our dad joke for this one. What do you call when you breed an elephant with a rhino? Give up. Elefino. If y'all have any good dad jokes you'd like to share in one of these videos, just drop it in the comments down below. Be sure to give y'all a shout out, let you know who gave us the idea. I like dad jokes that, you know, they seem real, they seem plausible, they give you a little factoid, and you just don't see the end coming. So if y'all have a joke like that, drop it down there. I'm sure everybody would love to hear it. All right, we're about 1 hour, 20 minutes into the trail, 4 miles. Let's see what the forecast looks like, see if we get any reception. We can look at some of that. 78 degrees out here. It feels pretty good. It feels nice. Once you get into the mid 80s, it gets less so. But yeah, 78, this feels good. This feels great. Let's see what we're doing. I'm guessing we turn left. Yep, definitely left. Looks like we're heading back to the overlook. The Biloxi River. Billy Paul Baker, Park Superintendent, Dinosaur Valley State Park, 1949 to 2010. This beautiful view over the Biloxi River trackway serves as a reminder of another set of important footprints that once roamed the valley. Billy Paul B.P. Baker served as superintendent of Dinosaur Valley State Park from 1980 to 2010. Billy Paul's footprints were made through years of dedication and service. Everything you see personifies Baker's efforts in transforming the park into a world-class destination for paleontologists, dinosaur enthusiasts, and generations of Texans. That's what I'm talking about. Legacy. We probably got 1 or 2 miles left in this hike. And the crazy thing about adversity is that once you're through with it, you look back on it like it was just a stepping stone to who you are. And sometimes right whenever you get done with it, it doesn't even look like as big of a task as you thought it was. Take this hike, for example. I thought it was going to be so hot. I thought I was going to be so tired from the elevation change. And right now I feel great. The wind feels amazing on my back. And my legs don't hurt. I have plenty of water. Don't let your mind stop you from reaching your true potential. Some people know what they should do, but they just choose to take the easier route to bypass the adversity. But when they do that, they miss all the growth, all the mental growth, all the physical growth that would have come with that exercise, would have come with that experience that they just missed out on. Oh my gosh. These views, coming back, once you hiked everything, like once you get onto the top of the mountain, the views are kind of lackluster, but coming back, just look at this. I mean, you can see kind of where we came out at over there. Oh, you cannot beat that. Oh. So many people just kind of swimming, having fun, playing in the water. Just soak it up. Don't deny yourself the adversity, because eventually you'll deny yourself the reward. Sadly, similar to adversity, the joy, happiness, and fulfillment you get from overcoming it is almost just as easily lost. Some new adversity will come along, some new enjoyment will come along, and you'll lose sight of what you had just had, the moment you just experienced. And that's why it's important to make it consistent. Don't ignore your adversity. It looks like we're at an hour and a half or so, at least on all trails, about 6 miles traveled. So, really successful hike. Beautiful day. I might even get in the water, I don't even know. Enjoy the fruits of my labor, being able to get out here. So awesome. Don't let the fear of what might be stop you from creating something. We're gonna call it there. About an hour and 40 minutes. We got 6 miles, 364 feet of elevation, 1,500 calories, and just a gorgeous day to spend the rest of my time in the water. Oh, life is too short not to enjoy the little things. And right now, there's a lot of people enjoying the little things. And they're about to have one more. Until next time. Our bellies may be soft, but our memories are soft.